Hey, this week we are talking about mean people because we love to talk about mean people. Unfortunately, I like to talk about mean people more than I should sometimes because I can be mean myself. And sometimes I feel like if I denigrate them, I raise myself up. And that's not really true. It's not true at all. But every single one of us is going to have mean people in our lives. And we need to have a strategy for dealing with mean people because mean people can throw us off balance. Mean people can cause us to compensate where we are either mean back to them or to other people. The problem is when we start to get even, we become like the very people that we don't want to be like. So when you get even, your character oftentimes slides down to where you're just like the one that you have a problem with. Yesterday, I talked about how, hurt people, and a big strategy that we can have is to begin to pray for them. If we consider them our enemy, or if they're acting like an enemy, then we want to begin to pray for them, pray for God to soften their heart, pray for God to do a work in their life. For the rest of the week, I'm going to give you 3 strategies for interacting and dealing with the mean people in your life, because it's going to happen. Even if a person's not mean, people are going to do mean things to you. So I want to give you 3 strategies for the rest of the week: brace, grace, and space. So today, let's talk about brace. Brace is an acronym that is an incredible tool to put in your toolbox, not just for dealing with mean people, but for a lot of things in your life. If you are struggling with anxiety, this will really help. If you are dealing with massive temptation, this is an incredible strategy. And just as you begin to deal with hard things in your life, this has been a really good one for me. It involves 4 things: B-R-A-C-E. That's 5 things, is it? No. B-R-A-C-E, but AC is one thing. So sorry, I lose track of numbers sometimes. So brace, what are we going to do? The first thing you're going to do when you think about the mean person who's got some kind of control over you, or you've just had an experience that was really distasteful, B is breathe. And specifically, I want to encourage you to box breathe. The way this works, if you're watching on YouTube, this will make more sense. But if you're listening, just imagine in your mind a box. And so a box has 4 sides. It goes up, it goes across, it goes down, and then back across. And each of these, so the first thing I'm going to do with box is I'm going to breathe in, and I'm going to breathe in for like 4-second breath. So I'm going to breathe in for 4 seconds. That's the up. Then I'm going to hold that for 4 seconds. I'm going to breathe out slowly for 4 seconds, and then I'm going to hold it out for 4 seconds. And then I'm just going to continue that box pattern. So it'd be like, I'm holding my breath, 2, 3, and then, and I'm holding my breath, 2, 3, 4. So I know that was really exciting for you to listen to, but that's basically what you're doing. And you want to do this maybe for a full minute or so, because when you have something hard happen to you, your heart rate starts fluttering. You start to kind of lose the ability to think clearly. And this type of breathing has been really studied a ton. It's what they train Navy SEALs to do when they're getting ready to go into hard situations. And so with this breathing, what I always do is, like, as I breathe and I hold my breath, I start the next thing, which is remember the truth. And so my breathing floods my brain with oxygen. It starts to calm my heart rate. It helps me to remember that I do have some self-control in the situation. And then the second is remember the truth. So I'm breathing, and now as I breathe, I start to remember the truth. What is the truth? The truth is I belong to Jesus, and that I reflect the character of God. Sometimes you might want to grab onto a Bible verse. I love Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then I breathe out. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. Breathe in. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness. So I'm holding on to a piece of God's truth. You know, one of the truths might be that Jesus has commanded us to love our enemies. The truth may be just that reminder. Jesus says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So even though this mean person is in my life, there is a truth to remember in here. So number 1, I breathe. Number 2, I remember the truth. Number 3, accountability call. This is not a gossip session. This is when you reach out to somebody else, somebody loving and trusting, somebody who can hold some confidence, and you just share with them, hey, I just experienced this. Like, this person just hurt me in this way, and I'm not telling you to get you on my side. I'm just telling you because I'm hurt, and I need to kind of talk through it. So, you know, if somebody's mean to you and they're a close friend and you have a good relationship with them, I think having a conversation with them first might be the very accountability call. And look, my wife and I do this in our relationship. So she's my best friend, and sometimes she hurts my feelings, and I'm her best friend, and I definitely hurt her feelings. And so before I go to somebody else, I want to go to her if the possibility happens. But there's other people in my life that they're not safe to talk to. They can be mean, but I need to get it out. So I talk. My accountability call is a close friend. And then lastly, escape. So breathe, remember the truth, accountability call, and escape. That's BRACE. What is the escape? If you have the ability, get out of the situation. If somebody's being mean to you in a situation, if you have legs and you have the ability, get some space from them, get out of that situation. Sometimes that means like you're going to end up getting out of this tight friend circle for this time until it can cool down. Sometimes it may mean moving across the room or just changing a few of your habits, or just lowering the amount of interaction time you have with them. If you're in a school situation, somebody's being mean to you, you might have to get the teacher involved, and you don't have to rat them out. You can just say, hey, like, I'm having a hard time with this person. Is it possible for you to move me in the class? Or just something like that. If it's a work environment, just work to escape the situation. Don't add fuel to the fire. So that's our strategy today. Bracing for mean people, remembering to breathe, remembering the truth, remembering that I can pull somebody else in to just express my feelings, not for the sake of gossip, not for them to like get a bunch of people on my side, but just I need to talk this out. And then finally, escape, get myself out of the situation as much as possible. Tomorrow, we'll talk about another strategy. And by the end of the week, you'll have a bunch of equipment for how to emotionally deal with mean people, and then how to physically take care of them, take care of your situation. So I hope this is helpful to you. It's been helpful for me, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.